Hello and welcome to Sim.vc, where it right now is 14:24. And today, ladies and gentlemen out there, it is episode 3 bloody 100! Yes, we're talking 300 episodes of this daily thing that I'm doing. I was gonna say it's crazy, but it really isn't, is it? I mean, sure, there has been some challenges over the last couple of days since we did the last 50 milestones, so to say, of videos, because I kind of realized that I'm getting into this, making 50 videos, reviewing 50 videos, making 50 videos, celebrating 50 videos, doing 50 videos, and so on and so forth. And since the last 50 videos, there has been some challenges. I've been graduating, I've had the exam period, and I've started working, and I'm still able to maintain my daily upload schedule, which just shows off what I'm trying to do with this entire thing, you know, showing off that you can do and maintain a project simultaneously as you're doing other things. Obviously, having the shirt on, having opened an extra button, you know, trying to be flexible, trying to introduce something new to the show, something new to the milestone. We've also introduced music in a way, every other Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I'm trying to record a little bit of music now, yeah, because I feel like that's something nice to do. Obviously it's on a Sunday, but I practice on Saturdays. Hopefully I will be able to maintain that even this week, because I thought, well, why not? Why not pick one song each week and try to make that? We'll see how long that lasts, but that's at least the aim, right, to do that. I don't know what more to say, really. Usually this is the time when I'm standing here and be like, I'm just speechless. I just do not know. I just do not know what to say. I'm speechless. I have no words. I'm lost for words. Oh, can you imagine? It's another 50 videos, but today I can actually do that. It's not that crazy anymore. I can actually imagine that we made 50 extra videos, and I do not know if that's a good or a bad thing, right? Because for once, it's good that I'm like, oh, it's crazy, I didn't think I was gonna get this far, because that means that I'm really happy about the achievement. However, now it's more like, well, I kind of anticipated this. It's not like anyone thought that, oh, he made 250 videos, you're probably gonna stock out at 300. No, I actually anticipated this to come. And as per usual, I had so many bloody things to talk about that I didn't realize that, episode 300 is gonna come up. Which is probably why 250 was more of a spark, so to say, than this is gonna be. And I realized as well that up until this point I've been struggling, you know, because I needed to find different topics to talk about, and there are certain things I want to elevate, and there are certain things I want to, you know, I want to cover, and it's hard to kind of get all of those things in, because as I said, it's a daily thing. It's hard to find 365 things to actually bloody talk about each and every single day. But now I'm at the stage where I'm having so many things I want to do, right? I have so many topics that I want to cover. So I'm thinking like, well, will I be able to cover them all until 365? And if I don't, how am I going to proceed with that? Because my entire project here is making 365 videos, yeah, one for each day of the year, and then see how I'll progress beyond that point. But now at 300 videos, wow, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still mind-boggling. As I've been saying time and time again, I didn't think I was gonna make it past 5, and after that I certainly didn't think I was gonna make it past 10. After that 25 was a bit of a reach, and after that 50, 100, but now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I've told some of my mates, yeah, I've told some of my family that this is a thing, that, you know, this kind of exists, this YouTube channel. When I'm saying some of my family, it's one person in my family, my brother. I've kind of informed him that this is kind of a thing, and I've informed some of my close friends that it exists, and it still exists. I haven't been decentivized to shut it down just because I know some of the people that I know have the possibility to watch these videos, which is also amazing. So I'd say we've gotten through a lot of challenges, a lot of different challenges, at least initial challenges that are seeming to be so much greater challenges than later ones that are perhaps bigger in what they take on. For instance, go public and actually show all of me mates that, yay, this is actually a thing that I'm doing. That will be a huge hurdle to get over as well, but that will in proportions not be as hard as showing off the channel to one of me mates, right? simultaneously as getting into a real job, quote unquote, a real job later on, will not be as hard as this initial week and this initial summer when I'm having a hard on, a full on honest job. This was, since, figuring everything out, how will operate, so on and so forth, will be kind of a big thing. And simultaneously graduating and not knowing what I should do after that. Well, I have a plan, obviously, but to some degree, I'm not really sure. I mean, I have all my doors open at the moment. I can do whatever I bloody want to, basically, right? And that's kind of a harsh way of standing in as well. That's kind of a challenge as well. And that will be easier next time I graduate, I assume, from my double degree from France. Or at least that's the plan. But there's been so many monumental changes in my life these past 50 days. And I've still managed to maintain these videos, and I'm forever grateful for all of you out there who watch, who comment, who share, who subscribe, and so on and so forth. I know I'm not in the millions and billions of views or subscribers, right? I'm perfectly aware of that. But even one subscriber a day, even if someone subscribed one day, I'm like, this is what I'm doing it for. Obviously not, I'm doing it for myself as well, but it's funny and nice to see people actually catching on. As I said, even if it's not the millions and billions of people, just one every odd week, it's enough to get me going, And it feels like, as I said, there's so many topics that I've accumulated over a long while now that I didn't want to execute because I was like, oh, that's a good back-end thing, that's a good back-end thing if I don't have anything else to talk about. But now I'm standing at the point of where I have like 65 other topics, and some of those days that we're gonna cover is gonna be covered by SNRs, some of them gonna be music probably. So I'm wondering, will I be able to cover all the topics that I want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? I have so many things that I'm like, panic. I might even be able to, I might even need to like shuffle two of them together and so on and so forth. And then we might want to make kind of a review video of the entire project once we're done and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to say is that video 100 was like mind-blowing. Couldn't even understand it. 200, where we're still there in the territory of, wow, I didn't actually think it would last. And now at 300, it's more like, well, kind of gotten into kind of a schedule, When I'm planning my days nowadays, my everyday life, I'm kind of scheduling in these 2 to 3 hours of filming and recording and editing videos. And it's kind of a state of mind to get into. Some people say, a habit is created after like 30 days. And to some extent, yeah, that's right. But now I'm at the stage when I'm comfortable with actually scheduling in these things, these changes, these ideas of what I'm going to do in a day. And I've taken into consideration, actually recording as part of that process. And I'm very happy with it, and I feel very comfortable with it. And it's hard to describe, but it just feels really great. Yeah. 3 other videos, mates. And we've covered some interesting things the last couple of days, especially the graduation podcast. A couple of days ago, like 2 days ago or something like that. It was a very monumental thing for me. Talking about graduation, my ideas, my plans, where I see myself in 5 years. Was a graduation actually worth it? Stuff like that, getting into a bit of a deeper subject, opening myself up to you guys who want to listen and want to view it a bit more. It's interesting how much more sincere and genuine this entire experience feels now that I'm actually opening up to some of my deeper thoughts, so to say. And even stuff like tackling topics that I didn't think was going to be worth tackling until I had a bit more of a substantial audience, let's say. Because in some videos I want to introduce a point of view that might not necessarily be the common, the consensus, so to say, of society, the common view of something. And then I want to create a discussion because I want to be like, this is one way of viewing the problem. How do you want to view the problem? And I kind of pushed all of these things up because I'm like, well, when I get like 1,000 subscribers to 2,000 subscribers, something like that, then I can do it. But I realized quickly that that's probably not going to happen in the foreseeable future, in the near future. So I've just gotten into those things already, and it feels great, and I have lots of them to to cover as well. So I was like, why hold off on them? Why not trying to introduce them now? And if people are interested, they can join in the discussion later on, because that's one of the beauties of YouTube. It's like a video catalog. You can go back and watch and take part of the discussion, even if you join like 1, 2, 3, or 10 years later down the line, which is great. Another funny thing that happened over the last 50 videos is that I passed the 10,000 views milestone. Yeah, that 10,000 cumulative views. So in the old monetization system, I would have been able to monetize my videos by now. Woo! Obviously, that is not the end goal for me. But the end goal for me is just practicing practicing my English, which I would argue has been getting better over the year. Oh, it's like, yeah, over the year. It's almost a year now. Over the development of this project, it has been getting better. And you know, just this idea of being able to talk, can I actually fill a void, can I actually fill a space by talking about one term or about one concept or one idea for about 20 minutes without anyone else helping out and interacting, which is in itself a challenge. Now it's a challenge to listen to people as well. I would not disagree with that statement, but still, are you able to fill a void about 20 minutes? Because it's not as easy as it sounds. Believe me, in the beginning I had a very hard time filling out 10 minutes with things that I wasn't like 100% passionate about. But now it's more like, well, if I'm not 100% passionate about something, I can probably still talk about it for 20 minutes because I'm finding new perspectives and new ways of going about it. I have like a mental structure of how a video is supposed to look like, and then I'm just executing that and operating in a certain manner, which is also helping me finding this, what you would say, this balance of, I feel a bit more secure in the way that I operate with these videos. So yeah, 300 videos, 10,000 cumulative views and more going, which was a huge milestone, by the way. I thought I was gonna pass that before Christmas when I started. I was like, oh, obviously you're getting views, obviously people are gonna subscribe, obviously people are gonna come and join in. But if I, as the creator, do not market what I'm doing to people and actually actively try to hide it, it's not gonna be easy, right? But at least we've gotten there now. And it's a huge milestone to just break that and be able to say that, well, I actually have 10,000 views on the channel overall of all the videos. Which essentially, right, is... Okay, if we break it down, it's like an average of, what, 30 views per video, something like that. That's like me each and every single day walking out to a classroom and interacting with a classroom of about 30 people. Which many people have argued, like, oh, you should become a teacher and you can do that each and every day. And sure, it's more fun when you... It's probably more fun and more interactive when you're actually standing there and having people to, you know, back off on... to play off on when you're standing in the classroom. But if I just review this experience, I mean, there's people with, like, millions and billions and trillions of views probably on their YouTube channel. And they're like, wow, to actually take all of that in is probably hard. But for me, who's still at such a tangible, like, understand, like, it's easy to get my head around the number of 10,000, especially split out over all the days. It makes a difference, right? So it's interesting to kind of view this experience as it's like I've been in a classroom each and every single day for the last 300 days. Anyway, mates, I don't know what I'm rambling on about. What I'm trying to say is this experience has meant a lot to me, and it's probably going to keep meaning a lot to me because it's a huge part of my life, a huge part of late 2017 and 2018 for me, because it's taken up such a substantial amount of time of actually developing all of these things and creating all of these things. It's 2 thumbs fresh from me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna continue until 365, as I said, as a minimum. Then we'll see where we're going after there. But right now, it doesn't feel that astonishing and amazing that I got to 300. It feels more like a planned venture. Like, yeah, we're gonna get to 300. And I can imagine this is how it feels having a startup as well. Like, oh, will we make it on, you know, will we make it past the first year? Or rather the first 6 months. Okay, we made it past the first 6 months. Will we make it past the first year? And then when you're like the 3-year mark, you're like, well, seems like it's something that's actually gonna work. We have kind of a structure down there. We're gonna have a structure that actually works. We have a bit of a developed network for the startup, and that's how it feels for me right now. It's like 300 videos. Yeah, 300 videos in. Feels like I'm having a way that I'm executing them in a specific way. I'm planning them in my process of my daily life, and it just feels good. Relieved, I'd say. Relieved, yet again, relieved and comfortable with this entire process right now, and this entire development right now, and this venture and this experiment right now. So, before I start wandering off discussing things that doesn't really matter again, have a nice one, mates, and thank you all out there for watching 300 videos from me. It's obviously a huge milestone for me. Every 100 odd videos is a huge milestone, but 300 feels like it's almost a third until 1,000, right? So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Anyway, have a nice one, mates, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.